Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Mental Music Meltdown, back with another video. What I have for today, guys, is another album review. We're super pumped for this week's release, which stood out to me. It's from Crypt Sermon and their third studio album, the Stygian Rose. Was introduced to this band on their last album, which was in 2019, entitled The Ruins of Fading Light. Really love that album. It's like their epic doom metal band out of Philadelphia. They were formed in 2013. Three studio albums in total, so this is their third album. 5 years since their last release, and I was just really pumped to see what they would do on the next release. The last album was just killer, almost a perfect doom metal album. So super pumped, had high expectations for this one, and it did not disappoint. Like I said, guys, the album's called The Stygian Rose, just released on June 14th through Dark Descent Records. For third studio album, killer artwork. It maintains the kind of whole look and vibe of the epic doom metal. Only 6 tracks on this one, and it's just under 45 minutes in length. And what a banger, guys! This year's just been crunching with hit after hit album. Lineup on the current band: on vocals, you got Brooks Wilson, I should say, Enrique Seganage on drums, Steve Jansen on guitars, Frank Chin on guitars, Matt Knox on bass, and Tanner Anderson on keyboards. Beginning with song number 1, Glimmers in the Underworld, 8 minutes long. I was a little concerned when the song was so long to open it up, but it doesn't drag at all. Just a heavy banger. It starts off with this first minute of like really atmospheric, kind of eerie sounding doomy vibe. Really good use of synths and like keyboards to really create the atmosphere. And then at close to the 1 minute mark, this hard, heavy, crunchy riff kicks in. Just crunchy as all fuck and super heavy. And then it's just a real roller coaster of riffs and drum fills and solos. The song doesn't drag it at any point. It goes by really quickly. Perfect way to open the album. It's epic. It's got really guitar riffs. It's heavy as fuck. It's aggressive. One thing I found out with this album is a lot more aggressive sounding than I thought it would be. And usually doom albums are really slow and mid-paced, but this one had some intensity and almost on bordering on thrash kind of vibes and some parts. I was really surprised. But what a banger to open up the album. Definitely a standard track for me. The second song, Thunder, and then in brackets, Perfect Mind. Just under 6 minutes. This one was more of a straightforward song in terms of songwriting. It wasn't quite as all over the place. More of a straightforward, epic, like a doom metal song. More mid-pace, really crunchy riff still. Great solo on this one, halfway through, blistering solo. Great guitar leads and vocals on this one as well. Number 3, Down in the Hollow. Another banger, super crunchy riff. This one had more of a groove in it. Halfway through it, really set into a groove and really got your head bobbing and that kind of, the groove they created. And near the end of the song, they really slow it down and just kind of like grimy, and like this really kind of grimy, slow riff kicks in and just gives you that stink face, and it's really cool. That was a pretty cool song too. Nice, but 6.5 minutes. Number 4, Heavy is the Crown of Bone. But a 5-minute song. Fucking crunchy riff at the beginning of this one. Loved it right away. And this one was just a riff fest. Super doomy, a lot of atmosphere. And then like again, halfway to 2/3 way through the album or through the song, this really sweet solo kicks in. Kind of takes you out of the darkness and the doom. Kind of lifts you up momentarily with higher notes and more of a shredding melody. And then you just get dropped right back into the depths of doom. And killer song. Another standard track for me. Heavy's the Crown on Bone. Number 5, Scrying Orb. A really cool song. This one had a lot of melody and really cool leads in it. A lot of synth work on this one as well, creating that atmosphere. And I really dug it. Had a good kind of vibe to it. Again, almost eight minutes, but it didn't drag at any point. The pacing of all these songs is really good. It doesn't feel like they're long. They go by really quickly. They have enough to keep you interested. They change up the time, pacing and rhythms and tempos on the songs to kind of change it up enough to keep you interested. And really killer track. And the last track, the title track, was almost 11 minutes. Super epic doom metal song. It had some crunchiness and heaviness, but a lot of it was instrumental and just really fun to listen to. Had a lot of rhythm, had a lot of groove, and just the guitar riffs all over the place on this album. So positives, production's really good, really bombastic. The instruments are really loud and in your face. The guitars are heavy and crunchy. The drums sounded really bombastic and heavy. Guy's vocals are really unique and really suit the music. Really adds to the eeriness. Really good use of synths to swell the music, give it that extra atmosphere, as well as keyboards. And really cool drum fills in a lot of this, I noticed as well. The drummer did a really good job of adding another dimension to a lot of places with fills. Great guitar leads, really eerie sounding, a lot of good little slight melodies in there to give you a little bit of, so it's not so gloomy, like a little bit of melody mixed in there. And yeah, just all around, not too much to say bad about it. The length of the album was pretty good for a doom album. I was a little concerned with the opening and closing track being as long as they were, but they went by really quickly and just bangers. The whole album doesn't have a weak song. My two standard tracks were Glimmers of the Underworld, the first track, and probably Heavy as the Crown of Bone. That was probably my other standard track, but I loved all the tracks. Just the two stood out a little bit more to me. I went back to them a couple more times. Yeah, killer album, guys. Definitely buy it or check it out if you haven't already. In terms of a rating, out of 10, I'm gonna give this. I don't think it's quite as good as the Evergrey album. I've been obsessed with that Evergrey album I reviewed last time. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. It's damn near a perfect album. Another one back to back. This has been a killer year for metal. The end of the year list is gonna be freaking hard as hell. But definitely check this out, guys, if you're not familiar with these guys. It's crazy good epic doom metal band, and I can't wait for them to release another record. Until next time, guys, keep it metal.